Hello guys, welcome to AU Night TORI with Humphrey. I'm host Ray and we have a special guest in our midst in the person of Chukwuma. Welcome to AU Night TORI with Humphrey. So can you tell us about yourself?
Okay, I'm a software engineer with over 4 years of experience writing codes and building applications. I'm also a student of this great institution, and my department is computer science on my finance.
Okay, you say you're a computer science student.
Yeah.
So what is troubleshooting?
Yeah, I'll probably say in a layman term is the act of diagnosing a fault, like trying to find out where a fault is in the system, so that everybody will understand.
Okay, very well. You say you have 4 years of experience in writing code.
Yeah.
So can you walk us through how you started and how you got to this point you are?
Okay, it's actually so I used to work in a cyber cafe before, so and I don't want to go into deep details. But it got to a point I was tired of repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I was constricted to a particular spot. I needed to like break out of that stuff. I do good there. You have to only type MS Word, so there's no excitement or something like nothing is there. You just have to be dealing with this. So I decided, okay, I took a bold step. I quit. I quit from my job. But before I quit the job, I took part of my salary to, buy some courses online and some YouTube, this thing. So at that point, I was actually learning until the point where I said I need to quit. So that was where everything started. I got a laptop from the money I saved from programming. And then I started what I started. So I started with Python. So little by little, from Hello World, I started building little minor tasks, writing small algorithm that solve problem. And the point I deviated into building applications, desktop applications, and before I keep growing. I started working with at some point I started working with clients, started delivering job for them and stuff like that. So well, that is just it. So,
wow, very nice. So doing all these processes and everything you're going through, what was the most challenging part of it?
okay. I would say self-learning is actually a very challenging one. Why? Because when you don't have any mentor, you don't have anybody to teach you or anything, you'll be the one to figure out the right roadmap you're gonna take. You get. So let's say, other people I don't know, they normally go to institutions that they already have list of what they need to know and how you get the guidelines are there. But having just you and your system, you know, you just go to YouTube video, you pass here. Like at a point, I was very frustrated. I nearly dropped. I nearly stopped because it was like hell. So you know, we call tutorial. We think called tutorial hell. So I was in that stage. I was jumping from one tutorial video to the other, and all this kind of stuff. But I overcome it. So that is how I overcome them. The steps I used was actually I had to like retrace back, you know, write down all the steps I need to like things I need to know. Yeah. So I took a different approach. This sort of learning to build, I build while learning. You get so at the process of me building, and then if I get to this stage, I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? What is I Google it and then I troubleshoot. I find the issue and then I fix it.
So you say you have been building websites for clients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you were to build something for the school, what would that be?
I think for this institution, one of the things that the school lack is a very good, a scalable, like very good and fast website for managing, not even responsive, but a fast website that can interact with students because of the high numbers of students. And that particular one should be the election voting system. Due to every election period, you have like this large traffic coming into the site. I'm not going to blame the school for it. Yeah. We have this large traffic onto it too. The school should or the school development team should be able to like handle those aspects of those large traffic. by scaling up because you don't expect the schools to run on a machine that should power like 1,000 traffic per minute or per second to now handle like 20,000 or stuff. So I think that's just one of them you get. So other aspect of the school that still need to be digitalized, that still need to work. So the most one should be the election voting system.
Very well.
Okay.
You are okay. You said you are okay with everything you're saying. I believe you're very good. So, do you go to classes?
Yeah, I do.
So you go to classes with all this knowledge. Don't your lecturer feel intimidated, or don't you feel like okay, this thing that this lecturer is teaching me, I already know them already, and what am I doing here in class? You don't feel that way, or how do you undo that when you're feeling that way?
Okay. So most often stuff that I've been taught in school or in class, I already know them because I have been doing it. You get so let's say to tell you in perspective is I started even working with a company even before the school even started teaching programming language. So you can imagine that, oh, if the school is coming to give you introduction to C++ and you're already writing code for a company. So it's not something to feel to me. You're already here into school to learn, get the certificate, then you go. So, but at some point, it is very easy for me to just, pass the course and stuff. So that is just, I don't feel intimidated. I know not everybody is not like me. So the lecturer should not feel, oh, or I should not feel intimidated.
You mentioned about C++ and lecturers teaching you in class.
Mhm.
So do you okay before you've learned software engineering and stuff like that?
Mhm.
When they are teaching it, how do you feel? Or do you understand or you pick them easily?
At
That large
first,
number of quantity people in the class or something like that.
I would not know how it's gonna feel because I already know it before coming.
Oh,
So you get,
and
and so just like when you're teaching and you're like, oh, um, how was it called? You're calling operators, loops and stuff. It's just something that you once they're teaching you, you'll be like, this course is like a walkover course for me. And when I say walkover is it actually showed in the results because it's not course that you want to spend much time in the this thing. So I would not know how it is for that way because I already have it. But before when I do see people that I could be like, oh, it's magic, but it's interesting, it's something that I feel if anybody wants to learn, if you listen very well and then you go home and practice, you should get it through. Nothing.
okay, so what will you say about future technology of Nigeria?
I will say the future is you know a lot of stuff. Like you cannot predict Nigeria technological future. How it's gonna go because every day you are faced with challenges. For somebody like me that is a freelancer, you get, and I work, I do remote job. I face daily challenges. Trying to deliver or meet up to demands, starting from accessing the internet, government restrictions, and many other stuff. So if they continue like this, I don't think we are gonna go far. Okay, let me use for instance now. If we have poor network like this, you want to develop something, you have an innovation you want to do, and you need to make research on something. And with the way the network is bad, so it's not stable. You might end up giving up. You refresh, or sometimes your network will not connect and stuff. I do face a lot, and government restrictions. You have your bank when you want to like access external tools that are not readily available in Nigeria. You need to like pay with a card, right?
Yes.
If I tell you that here in Nigeria, your card is limited to say like for Google now, you cannot pay with your card, your Naira card. Even when you get a, even when you get a dollar card, they don't accept it. And then when you still pick a virtual, when you go to bank and then you get a bank dollar, Google still does not accept it. So what do we do? Do you see? So I have a few friends that normally, they go as extra miling, going to create a business in another country just to get their own card. So you can imagine how will you predict the future of a country with this kind with the way it's going down and you're predicting. So I feel we need a lot of work, like the tech aspect, there's supposed to be a lot of concentration into the tech aspects by the school and the government at large. You get, I believe if they invest more into it, will have, it's good. I see everybody learning tech, going into tech, learning how to write code and stuff. So it's something that is promising. You get, depending on certain factors.
Okay, very well. So you're talking about school. So what role do you think education institution will play in the role in technology or making Nigerian good in technology?
Okay. Now education probably teaching well, teaching them latest, you know, the school tries to teach, but sometimes their materials or their curriculum is actually outdated in the sense that not everything, sha, in the sense that you're teaching somebody with a material of 2005, 2002 materials, and then you have whereas some APIs are actually deprecated. So when I mean deprecated, they no longer is they support it, but due to limitations, so those tools you are using, the company that build those tools actually like they move ahead of it. They'll be like, okay, we are dropping this API key, but also we are dropping this API, and then we are going to use a new version that's going to be fast. So if, for example, now you're building something and you take up your lecture notes and then you see some tools, you copy them and you want to use them in online, you get this error and telling you, this API key, or sorry, this API you're trying to call. API is just like a function. So API just help you communicate. You get so everybody gets what API for me using API. So API help you communicate with the infrastructure, like me and you talking now. So the sound will go to you and then you hear it. So just like how API works. So if the school can actually get be updated, like follow the trend, because tech is a very wild this and it's growing day by day, day by day, day by day. So and secondly, the school need to invest more into gadgets, for them to be able to deliver effectively. You get stuff like getting a good quality screen to display codes instead of writing it on the board. You get so it's something like I already know that in school here you don't get it. But I believe we are growing, so to get to a point, I've seen other institutions too that incorporate this. If we want to be within the school here, we say this school need to invest. I believe they're not investing as much as they need to invest in the school, like in tech. You get so you're trying their teaching.
They're trying. Do you
So
have a computer lab here in this school?
I don't think we have a computer. Wait, should I say when I oh, okay, we have a computer lab, but there's no system in it.
So
So the student can still access computer by going to the library, the ICT library.
well, it's not open for everyone.
It is. It's a library. It's supposed to be open. It's open for everybody. But I think we as this thing we're supposed to have. But here, the computer lab we have don't have laptop in it. But they teach you inside the lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what initiative can be implemented to promote technology here in school and outside?
Okay. One is having tutorials, seasonal or terminal tutorials, which can be hosted by the school, funded by the school. It's not something that
Personal.
that is not something that you say, okay, it's supposed to be for this particular group. This school can actually hold every session. They're gonna hold a tutorial class, a 3 month training for everybody that want to join. Charge them a token, but make sure they deliver to them what they need to learn. The school need to invest more into infrastructures, technological infrastructures, electricity, getting them good connection, because you cannot be a software engineer like me if you don't have good access to internet and other tools. So these are many more. Like I've already listed them for you already.
All right. So what's your favorite hobby except from coding?
I play game. I play game a lot too. Like whenever I'm not writing code, I'm playing game. You know, those are just things I do for fun. When I virtual game, not like sports or something. I don't know if you call game a sport, but yeah, I play game a lot.
So that game, nothing else.
I get my rest now. You think it's easy? You look at screen for 12 hours or 5 hours. you'll know that the next thing is just when you play game, you lie down and sleep.
So you have a girlfriend.
Yes.
So you play game for 5 hours. Okay, okay, you said 12 hours. You do
I
school
don't
works.
play game for 12 hours.
Okay, let's say 5 hours. You do school work, let's say 12 hours.
How? They
Okay,
are
let's
not
say
adding
12
up.
hours is much.
You have to.
So how do you spend time with that? And ladies now, they see you playing Call of Duty and you're not giving them attention.
More
I'm not telling you what will happen.
on God.
Oh God.
On God, I'm telling you,
Oh
on God.
God.
It's on God. You have to be able to
Have you
multitask
deleted
now.
your Call of Duty before?
No, actually, don't like Call of Duty.
If you delete it, what will you do?
I download it back now. It's saved. It's
So
saved.
you start from beginning.
No, I don't have to start from the beginning. Once I log in, I'll continue from
Okay,
start. You get so, but it's on God. Is what I mean. You just have to multitask the school, the work, the everything. You multitask together. So it's not something. It's something I've been doing. You get.
Okay. So aside from coding and stuff, do you have something else in mind to do? Nothing.
Just when I just rest. I don't have any other thing in mind. But I'm actually trying to, improve. So, grow more.
Okay. So if you would have a dinner with a programmer, who would that be?
Yeah, and then program which like here or where.
Anywhere.
They are very bright that people I look up to that are actually so people like um oh, people like Mark Zuckerberg, because of his story, the way he started, writing code and stuff, Elon Musk, all those kind of people. Yeah. People that have actually contributed a lot to development that I know of. Yeah, those are the people I want to like have along. Like tell them, oh, how did you come up with this? Tell me, what were you thinking when you were doing this? With the limited resources they had then, how were you able to do this? Not like now. So that can actually help. You know,
So what will you say about Funai? As like who as a what will you have to say about food?
one word.
Just in one word, yes.
It is well.
It is well.
I'm telling you.
It is well.
It is well. There's not that it is well.
Just it is
I'm telling you. Let's just leave it as it is well.
well. Is that here in Funai?
Huh?
Is she a Funai student?
No.
No.
Uh-huh.
What do you have to say about Funai girls?
Oh.
What's funny? What do you have to say about Funai girls?
Oh, me sef, I'm not that social. You get so.
You're not that social.
Yeah, no, I'm not like trying
But
to
you have
mingle.
departmental girls.
They
What do you
are,
have to say about
they are just they are friends now. Yes, now they are friends. So I will not know like to give you details. Like they are cool. They are good. They are good people.
okay, I've never stopped any girl in Funai. Okay, don't ever.
Here in this school now. Uh-uh. Which I do. Why? Because I want to get peace of mind. You're just saying how did I cope? So imagine I add another party to it. How do you feel it's gonna be?
So you have a celebrity crush.
Nah, I don't have. I have a babe. I don't need a celebrity crush.
This guy is loyal. Who's your favorite lecturer?
I don't have any.
You have him.
I don't have any.
Okay, so what's your advice for the younger ones, the one that is hoping to be like you, and what will you have to tell them about self-learning?
Just learn. Learn. It's very easy now for you to learn because of AI and stuff. Just make sure you don't give up. It's gonna be hard. There's gonna be a lot of discouragement, which I actually face. At some point, off my laptop, I sold I sold my first laptop. Sold it. I bought it out of 50K. Then I sold it for 18,000. So, so I still bought another laptop again. So you're gonna face a lot of shit, even to the point of you getting job. You know, it's very tough. It's very like you have to be the best. So whatever you are learning, you have to make sure you learn it. Like market yourself. Make sure you are good. So that if everybody here applies for a job, they'll pick you because you're the best. So that's just the only thing I've been taking me up. I will try to be the best. I try to like upskill, know more, all those kind of stuff.
Have you ever designed a website for a customer or for a client and they got rejected?
A lot of times, not like rejected. They're gonna
So you
review
have
it.
to go back and
They
look.
have to review it and be like, oh, I don't want. Even if you know you're giving them the best, no, they'll be like, let me change the color of this button. It looks too. You'll be like, this is the best button color I'm giving you. I'll help good conversion. And be like, no. But no, who has the money has the power. They get who is paying has the. So you have to like obey. I think it applies to every other field, not only in programming. Right.
It's nice having you.
Right.
What's the name again?
See,
Ebube.
you're even forgetting my
Okay, it's
name.
nice having you at AF93.
Okay.
We'll see you some other time.
When is that? Because I'm gonna put.
Maybe when you create a mini website for students.
Oh,
Yes.
I've actually done one of that, but
Myself for past question.
not for past question. Do you know that I actually built the first website I built was for this. I built here was in my 100 level. I built a website for past question where students can access past question. I think I had to communicate to the deal then.